So far in this series, we've explored why difference matters, why trying to change your partner backfires, and how paying attention to the here and now can unlock real connection. But what about the stuff that drives you crazy? The drinking, the shutting down, the partner who falls asleep in the middle of an argument? In this final episode, we look at why those bad habits aren't character flaws. They're survival strategies. And we meet Liam and Akina, a couple whose most destructive patterns trace back to battles they fought as children.
Speaking of distractions, I want to talk about annoying habits, because this was a huge light bulb moment for me reading the book. We all have things our partners do that drive us crazy. Maybe they drink too much, maybe they zone out, maybe they shut down.
Right. We usually label those as bad behaviors or character flaws. You're lazy, you're an addict, you're distant. In Gestalt, we assume that every behavior, even the destructive ones, started as a brilliant survival strategy. At some point in your life, usually childhood, this behavior saved you. It was a creative adjustment to a difficult situation.
So if you're listening to this and thinking about your partner, they aren't being a jerk, they are using an outdated survival map.
Exactly. Let's look at Liam and Akina. The story was intense. Liam has a drinking problem. He drinks to escape when he feels overwhelmed. And Akina has a sleeping problem.
Wait, sleeping is a problem? Because I wish I had a sleeping problem.
In this context, yes. When they fight or when there is tension, Akina literally powers down. She falls asleep in the middle of a conflict.
That would be infuriating. If I'm trying to talk to you about our marriage and you fall asleep, I'm assuming you just don't care.
And that is exactly how Liam took it. He felt abandoned, and when he feels abandoned, he drinks. And when he drinks, Akina feels unsafe, so she sleeps. It is a perfect storm, a feedback loop from hell.
So how do we apply creative adjustment here? Why is Akina sleeping?
The therapist digs into the function of the sleep. Akina grew up in Korean cram schools, high pressure, academic intensity. She was forced to stay awake past midnight studying every single night.
Oh, wow. So sleep wasn't just rest for her.
Sleep was her only rebellion. It was the only time she was free from demand. It was her escape hatch. So now, as an adult, when her husband demands emotional attention, her body says, danger, pressure, and pulls the emergency brake. She sleeps.
That makes so much sense. It's completely involuntary. And Liam?
Liam's father slowly disappeared from his life. First a divorce, then moving to a commune in India, then just gone. So when Akina disappears into sleep, it's not just annoying, it triggers a primal panic. I am being left again.
So the fight isn't my wife is ignoring me. The fight is my father is leaving me versus my teachers are controlling me.
Precisely. This is what we call field theory. The problem isn't inside Akina. She's not narcoleptic. And it's not inside Liam. He's not an alcoholic. The problem is in the field between them. It is their histories colliding.
The book mentions a breakthrough moment for Liam, right?
Yes. He realizes his drinking, his father's leaving, Akina's sleeping. It's all just nervous systems trying to survive.
When you see your partner's bad habit as a scar from a battle they fought when they were 10 years old, it becomes very hard to be angry.
It replaces judgment with curiosity. What were you trying to survive when you learned to do this?
That is the golden question. It changes you from enemies to allies.
But understanding is one thing.
What were you trying to survive when you learned to do this? That single question can transform a relationship from a battlefield into an alliance. Liam's drinking wasn't weakness. Akina's sleeping wasn't indifference. They were two nervous systems doing exactly what they learned to do to stay alive, long before they ever met each other. And that's field theory. The problem isn't inside one person, it's in the space between them where their histories collide. In the next part, we'll see what happens when a couple tries to physically remove those ghosts from the room, with empty chairs and a breakthrough nobody expected.